Hello and welcome back. You are watching the PDGA National Tour on JomezPro. We are at Stop 3, the 2019 Santa Cruz Masters Cup from De La Viega Disc Golf Course in Santa Cruz, California. Coverage presented by Innova Champion Discs and the PDGA. BigSexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And through like 3 or 4 holes, it kind of looked like we were just business as usual out here. Some birdies, some pars, and a bogey, but not too bad. And then just madness started coming out, and the rain started coming loose on the sky, and these players just could not adjust. Big numbers. We saw McBeth miss a couple putts from inside 20, it seemed like. Ricky missing putts from inside 20. Just crazy things going on right now. Matt Bell and Eagle managing to keep their names at the top of the leaderboard, tied with Garrett and Simon.
Wow. Hole 13, par 3, 347. You have 2 gaps that most people play, either kind of like a backhand mid-range, kind of off with a slight turnover, or a wide forehand going all the way around. There's also a flex forehand up the middle that you will occasionally see.
It's kind of nice seeing this course in the calm, but then, here we are back in the rain.
Whoa.
That's...
Goodbye.
I'm sorry to laugh, but yeah, it's like, wow, like, back to reality. This is what the players are dealing with.
That is just cruising towards a cliff.
And
you can hear Paul with a sarcastic, yeah, as soon as it comes out of his hand. Because you expect so much of yourself. You're on the lead card, national tour, cameras, fans. You start to think, it's just a little rain. Like, I can grip it. I can throw it. Newsflash, you probably can't.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to commit. Like, in the back of your mind is it going to slip? Am I going to grip lock it? And then Eagle, just as I try to drive that point home, Eagle goes ahead and I think he missed his gap here. I think he's trying to go for the widest gap. Tell me if you agree, because he goes between 2 of those trees.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think when you go for that hyzer play, you might be trying to pinpoint something, but there's just a lot of open space. As long as you just miss one of those trees.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, fantastic shot.
Right.
Rick definitely missed his gap there.
And anytime you try to throw Anheuser sidearm, from my experience, Anheuser sidearm in the rain is so difficult to trust. If the rim has any sort of moisture at all, you can just hold onto the disc because you're trying to grip it too hard.
And that might have been what we saw from Matt. He trying to go with a little Anheuser, and he got a whole lot of it. And
that's an incredible effort.
Fantastic.
Incredible effort. If he picks up a par from there, that'll just be remarkable.
I think he's odds to do it now. That's amazing. I really did not think he would be nearly that close.
Great effort from Paul.
Let's see. Can he make this?
Scrap another one in there, Matt Bell.
Oh, no. Nubs.
So close.
Paul in for his par. Rick does just have that freezer bag of towels. Haven't seen that strategy before.
The one way to ensure you're going to keep them dry. And Rick does look like he has a caddy, but he is a player who typically never has anyone on the bag. And that should tell you right there how imperative it is. Yeah, Matt's trying to figure out how that didn't go in.
Yeah.
That's always a bummer. Seeing it almost all the way down and just pop up, hit that rim, and bounce out.
Hole 14, par 3, 369, tunnel shot that demands so much in terms of accuracy and touch that I just do not think is available in these conditions. So this is a really scary hole because both sides of the fairway are pretty bad if you take that kick off to one side or the other. And it's just going to be so difficult to try to trust yourself to put enough power on the disc to hit such a demanding window.
Who would have ever thought that a 369-foot straight shot would average 3.47? I mean, the basket's right there in front of you.
I guess.
I mean, a long way away, but...
Yeah, and look at these just...
Not even close.
They're just spraying them in a way that these guys never do.
Right.
And this is like hitting the line, but not nearly the power. Well, actually, he went distance driver. He got a little more skip than I thought. I think that's a destroyer. So that's why that got a little bit quicker finish. I was expecting the fairway.
Matt.
And this could go B. Or, nope, it doesn't, though. Is Eagle going hyzer?
I do not know what he's lining up. Oh. And that hit one of the 3 cross branches you can see on this little field goal branch that's so famous for making this hole so difficult.
This is also pretty low. How far will it slide?
Pretty
far
far.
enough. Far enough. The slide play gets kind of scary because if you put that right in a puddle, stops on the dime.
Wow.
Paul slips out early there.
We are seeing some kryptonite. And it comes in the form of Santa Cruz rain.
Yeah, it's looking like this for almost every card. Think about it this way. You're getting so many more shots for your disc golf viewing dollar.
Which is about 1 Patreon pledge away from being free. Oh, no, Ricky.
Wow.
That would have been a huge birdie in these conditions. That is just a demoralizing miss. Only
It's still taking strokes on everyone.
Sure, but that's
2 strokes would be better.
Eagle got 4 strokes on Paul just a few holes ago.
I know it. Another lefty putt.
What's your all-time lefty putt percentages in PDGA tournament play?
I would say 0%.
You've never even attempted a tap-in.
I mean, why? Not that I can remember.
Okay, all right.
I'm not trying to showboat out there.
I got to do a quick shout out to AJ Risley, who made like a 70-foot putt there. Drew Gibson, Kevin Jones, Thomas Gilbert, and Dominic Stampa.
Wow.
All with big birdies.
Wow. Hole 15, par 3, 333. The drone kind of takes an interesting line here. The players are going to go straight at the pin, over top of the ravine. Ricky's been throwing this rock shot extremely well. But this time he's gotten over on it, and it is going down.
And that is a tricky spot for the spotter to even find there, because that is not even to the place where he can see those discs landing.
Yeah, probably advantage this play in these conditions. Just get it out, up high, get over the ravine, hopefully.
Yeah, and that is
well done.
Okay. There is a wall of trees in the way, but not too far away. You might be able to squeeze a putt through those trees for a birdie.
It's the Z Force, I believe, after Eagle went with the Metal Flight Max. A little short, but down on the ground. Look at the tickers along the bottom. Just so little green from what we're used to.
This is crazy. This kind of reminded me a little bit of the GBO last 2 rounds, or round 2 and 4.
Yeah, that's super wind. What do you prefer, super wind or the rain?
I'm gonna say rain. I just personally, I enjoy myself more in the wind because you're not getting soaked and you feel miserable and cold, and I just feel like rain always gets me like really exhausted.
Yeah.
But I play better compared to the field in the rain.
I got you.
So I guess I'd have to take rain over wind.
Put your own joy aside and just go for the cold hard cash.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about money.
So that's a
with me.
business decision.
I'm a big money guy.
Come on now.
Wow.
Look at that. Yeah.
I was about to say the same exact noise, dude.
Well, it was pretty easy to read his lips. He went, this is what the noise he went. Yeah. He charged it up and he smashed it home. Huge putt.
Oh. And Rick, that's got to be the first time he's made a putt outside 20 feet in the last dozen holes, it seems like. Almost everything has been a tap-in for these guys lately.
Feels so good to hit a crazy one like that, like Eagle did, just like as if it's easily twice as hard as it normally would be.
Oh my gosh, I think it's like exactly the sound that I thought he was making.
He did make it. I mean, the tape proves it. You can get any ventriloquist in the world will tell you what he said was yeah. And it worked for him.
Yeah, it did.
Hole 16, par 4, 550 feet. This is the I-5 hole, named that because most people take a 5. And there's a freeway by the same name quite close to and going all the whole length of California. These guys are going to try to throw a low-distance driver as far as they possibly can. They're dreaming about getting a skip to the left. I don't think Mother Nature's going to allow it, but maybe. We'll see. The ideal thing would be to go super low through the mist, lose sight of your disc, and have it skip left, but I just don't see these getting way in there like we're accustomed to. This
And
is
look at
pretty good.
Looking great, and then it just keeps on moving its way down the hill. It just all is a matter of that last 10 feet. Did it check up, or did it continue to spin its way down the cliff?
Yeah, and this is turned. This is just going to go too long and straight, I fear. It got under at least.
I like that. Going just purely long opens up that backdoor route to a really straight shot.
This has a chance, but there's that water
man.
just grabbing it and slowing it down.
Water hungry gobble.
And now that. Look at that mist.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That shot's fine. It's just going to be a pretty tricky hyzer play, I think.
He's kind of in no man's land there. He'd rather be shorter or long.
Right, exactly. One of the two. Right in the middle makes it pretty difficult to choose the way you want to approach.
Oh, and that went nowhere for Paul.
Breaky going for the forehand and hyzer. That is a great play.
Beautiful.
That's that play we're talking about. This just needs to sit down. That was a good check. I think he would have liked to maybe get another 15, 20 feet, obviously, but it could have gone long, and there is a series of trees behind the basket that makes 20-foot putts. Right there, you can see those trees. You'll see a lot of...
Eagle was in a fantastic spot there, but just with the wet weather, just lost his grip a little bit. And gosh, speaking of, holy cow, Paul goes misrelease directly into the tree.
Wow.
And then nearly just cashes it casually in frustration from 60 feet. This is like a kind of like an artsy shot of Eagle with the fog.
And that's an unfortunate 4 at best for Eagle, but Matt's still in range for the 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
His putting, just fantastic so far today.
Mm-hmm. Eagles have to take a 5 right after that beautiful putt for 2. Unable to karate chop any putts on this green so far.
This leaderboard is just getting juggled around.
Man. And don't think I've ever seen anything like it before.
Hole 17, par 3, 363. This is another super dangerous hole. I wouldn't be surprised if this is ranking as one of the hardest on the day because it's asking for so much through a small gap, and the punishment for missing the gap is just terrible. So I think a lot of players that are used to playing that low-driven shot are going to really struggle here.
Well, it is the second hardest hole in the course, averaging 3.47. There's like 3 holes that are all about that 3.47, 3.48, 3.49, half a stroke above par. And
Ricky did great there, just out of the gap.
Yep.
And another one out. That's pretty short, but I mean, you're loving it. You're up on top of the hill. You can see the basket. Eagle's probably being smart here, getting out over the top, not dealing with the gap. Just needs to avoid a 2-meter penalty.
Oh, there's a 2-meter penalty.
There's a 2-meter. That's a big risk.
Yep. The play there is just to get it high and a good angle that can swing really far left. And McBeth just taking 0 time to step up, rip that. Looked great.
A half-gallon of water came out of that tree when he hit it.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Well, it kind of got through. Obviously a significant early release, but Paul with that forehand. Nice forward kick, but yeah, again, hitting a very early tree.
And McBeth, look at his previous 9 holes right there. Not a single birdie. When have we ever seen that in any conditions from McBeth to not pick up any green?
Yeah, we're looking at 5 over that we can see right now on the ticker for him.
And he's 50 feet, 40 feet away from being 6 over in the last 9.
Wow.
Eagle.
In for bogey.
that's a par that feels really good on a hole that did not produce a single birdie the entire day. And going back real quick to hole 4, which was the hardest hole, only by just a fraction, only one birdie of the day, Justin Anderson.
All right.
So between these two holes, only a single birdie to speak of, which is just
wow,
incredible.
Hole 18, par 3, 339. This one you are going to go up and over the initial trees, wide forehand or Anheuser backhand, either trying to crash the top or to duck under them just before and try to slide to the pin. This is another one of those De La, like just crazy, tricky, technical holes where you can hardly ever see a shot and go, oh, there's a good one.
Yeah.
You just really don't know what's going on.
You never know.
Rick's been going with this huge forehand.
So wide, and he loves that play. I have a hard time trusting a disc that wide in this hole, but Ricky has made it work for him.
This is going over the next tee pad.
Well, kind of going back door.
That worked.
A long putt, but relatively high ceiling considering how low the ceiling is on most anywhere on this green.
Gosh, Eagle throws that thing 80 feet high. And not exactly sure where it finished.
No, me neither. And Paul, this is the first time we've seen him go for the forehand play. And that...
It
okay.
gets down. There's really no putt from there. Let's see what he's got. No.
Oh, God.
I don't retract my statement. There is no putt from there.
Oh, my gosh. Just when we think that Paul is just kind of thrown into the towel.
Wow. That's the kind of putt you make when you're the best player in the world and you just went 6 over and you just are over it and you're ready to just, you're just in attack mode and just angry, and then you do something like that. That was incredible.
Wow. An eagle off to the right side of the rim. A decent effort. Rick's got about 38 feet. I've never even seen him release a putt like that. It's just so strange to see what they're going through. And I'll pick up the mini later.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can see that he's had just about enough.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
On to hole 19, par 3, 435 across the field. This one finishes just a little bit right underneath these big pine trees. You can go turnover or kind of late hyzer. This is just such a tough time to be throwing the disc this kind of distance, though, in all this rain. I'm interested to see how these guys try to attack it. I personally disced up with very little success.
Yeah.
It's just, it looks like the rain is kind of at a lull right now, though, honestly. So maybe they're going to get a little bit of respite.
This was about the time in the round when the rain was like, all right, we've given you enough to deal with, and it kind of was mellowing down.
This is like when I was adding up my scorecard.
Yeah.
Didn't get to take advantage of too much.
Rick has the worst possible lie coming up here. Ugh. Man.
Matt.
This is looking actually really great.
Yeah, if we can get around that tree. Doesn't look like it will, but
no. That's the one you got to beat. You beat that one and you're looking.
Wow. This is the longest forehand ever thrown on a rainy day. Wow, really? He can just go hyzer? There's no way. That's not reaching the basket.
Not quite, but man, not too far off either.
Rick going forehand roller here.
That is looking really good for a...
Oh, man.
Yeah. There's no way to really stop that on that spot, unless maybe he threw something a little bit flippier.
Or slower, perhaps.
Yeah, it just was looking so good, had so little steam, and just continued to go.
All with a decent out. Leaves himself about 25. And Matt, good effort.
Trying to join Ricky Steeler, Matt Dollar, and Dominic Stampfer as the only birdies in the day, unable to do so, and Paul unable to pick up the par. And
Wow.
Rick's in for his bogey, and just, the frustration, the anger, the intensity is just. You got to feel for these players in a way that's just like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't have to sympathize. You understand what it's like. If you've ever played a tournament in the rain, you know it's not fun. It's just not. It can be fun if you make it fun, but you have to be very strong mentally to be able to look past the frustration of just not being able to grip a plastic disc and throwing it with any sort of accuracy.
Yep. Hole 20, par 3, 225 going downhill, the gravity hole. You would like to just throw a little putter shot that hyzers right before this big V tree and takes a small anti-skip back to the basket. That seems to be consistently the safest way to get on this green without a rollaway. These guys are going to probably endeavor to do that, but easier said than done on a day like this.
That
is pretty much doing it.
Yeah, that's what that's one of the ways you draw it up right there. About 22 feet short for Matt.
This looks very good. A little hot, perhaps.
Yeah, the steam is a little scary.
Yep.
Not a bad result. That could have been a lot worse.
Oh, he hates it. He's going to have a putt. And Rick needs this to stable up quick.
That's a pig.
Not bad.
Great.
Yeah, it could have been bad. You don't really want to see it dancing on those roots. Nice putt.
And has Paul gone already?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought he was closer than that, but maybe. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. Oh, and so this is a bogey right
now. I know he's not intentionally missing anything. No one ever would. No. But it's like
he's frustrated.
The fight to care to make it is like is gone.
Yeah, you can't get a lot more frustrated than he is right now. And falling to -9.
Look at this sandwich of bogeys with the little birdie cream in the middle. That's a frustrating sight to look down at.
Hole 21, par 3, 276, cliffs everywhere. So these guys are going to go with a Anheuser mid-range, most likely, just trying to keep as much height as you can while still getting underneath the trees and slide up to this pin. Not going to be a whole lot of birdies here today, I would think. It's such a touch shot. You have to have everything just right about your angles, and this is not a day where that becomes very easy. This is great.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can really draw it up.
Wow.
And it's still a somewhat scary putt from about 25 feet. Eagle with a great looking angle as well.
Wow, making it seem easy. That's cruising downhill a little bit. Man, those are surprisingly good.
Rick looks great here as well.
Seriously.
Right by the Anaconda route, that's 28, 30 feet. McBeth, that needs a turn. It's turning, but coming up a bit short. That's kind of in the
low ceiling plus death putt.
Yeah. Well, we've got a 49-foot ticker here. Of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Laying it all on the line right there.
I mean, at that point, you're kind of thinking to yourself, what do I have to lose?
Yeah, maybe.
And that is one of the...
He's like, okay, that one went in?
Sure.
Interesting.
Oh, an eagle misses. And
I don't think that rolled.
No, I don't think it rolled either. But if Ricky makes this, and if Matt steps up and makes his, then Eagle just missed a putt inside the circle for a star frame on this hole? Wow.
Unreal. I mean, how many deuces are we looking at for the day?
For the day? Only 10 birdies on
I was
the
going
day.
to guess somewhere in there. That is crazy. That 3 of them and nearly 4.
Wow.
Right here.
Yeah. If this is like, if you came up and just started watching this group on this hole, you're thinking,
These guys are superhumans. Yeah. They're all 10 under. They must be.
yeah.
Hole 22, par 3, 324 through the middle here. Try to make the field goal at first and then break softly left. You don't really want to burn left because, as you can see, there's a lot more trees there. You just got to stay in the middle and take your slide up to the basket. This one is really dangerous on the right side, so you really want to avoid that grip lock where you're going to be out there kicking off trees moving right because there's a big cliff. This needs a little luck.
Just 2 straight.
It's not bad or good luck there. You'll be all right. Ricky is too wide, but
That's not a bad thing.
Pretty good luck to where
Yeah.
he's going to have a putt.
Maybe a little bit blocked off on the right side of the basket, but he'll be looking at it.
Paul did not get the power on that. That didn't kick far enough to be in grave danger, I don't think, but he should have a pretty scary approach. Oh, an eagle hits the same tree.
How flippy of a disc he's throwing, but he threw it so soft with such hyzer.
Mm-hmm. Eagle able to spin putt one right to the basket. Well done. See how much of a touch shot Paul needs to make here.
Wasn't so touchy. More spike hyzer. He trying to
Nice
just
shot.
crash it in. Beautifully
Nice
done. Wow, look at that form.
Ooh.
And that's going to be about as tricky as a 9-foot putt can ever be.
Yeah.
And Rick,
Here he
yes,
goes.
he knew it. Fist pump early.
He kind of on that one. He kind of said, "It worked for him."
What, when the disc was released from his hand, or when it
Yeah,
was
right as he was exerting himself,
Okay.
and then he fist pumped it down after that.
Okay. He asked himself to tone it down as was. Oh, okay. I had never thought of that.
Great birdie, man. Wow. Just 2 holes to go. Hole 23, par 3, 348. Playing much longer than that, though, because you need to throw a big hyzer up over these trees to save yourself from the risk of a 2-meter and to get yourself an unobstructed putt. All of these guys are going to attempt that shot. Distance driver, big hyzer. Try to land just long or in this pit, ideally, to set up a short putt.
I'm kind of blown away looking down at the statistics right now. This is a hole that's just been picked apart in the
Oh, he hit the wires.
Ricky hit one of the wires across the fairway. Unbelievable. It's happened before, but it is so rare. Oh, and that's one of those things you just don't, you don't even see the wires. You don't factor them. You
No.
don't think about it. You throw your shot, and then all of a sudden your disc just gets smacked to the ground, and you're sitting there kind of stunned for a moment.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Oh, did he get down to the ground?
I don't know.
I think he did. I didn't see a penalty graphic. What kind of skip is that?
And that is
I've never seen that.
automatic layup zone from 28 feet.
That was the perfect drive. I cannot believe that skipped like that.
What I can't believe is the scoring average on this hole is 3.03. It's playing over par
Yeah.
as the 13th hardest hole of the day. And
I mean,
that's just,
imagine
again, missing another putt.
These guys are playing this in basically, it's not raining anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to throw this shot in the downpour,
Yeah.
good luck. Like,
Yeah.
there's nobody clearing the trees. Everyone's shot is just slipping out, and nobody's getting up here for a putt.
I mean, there were only 10 twos on the day out of an 81 player field.
There's one of them right there from Matt Bell.
Well, actually, 77 players. There were 4 dropouts. Incredible. That's surprising to see how difficult that hole, which is normally playing at like 2-7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hole 24, par 3, 366, slightly downhill. We've got an OB water retention area that probably probably might be retaining a bit of water right now. Down behind the basket. Also, the OB road is long. These little Christmas trees can be a problem. If you go straight into them, you might find yourself with not a lot of options. Looks like Matt's going to show us a forehand here. Keeping it pretty wide. Wow, really wide. This could be pretty good. Maybe a little short. Yeah, probably 40 feet.
Oh, that looks really good from Rick.
A little more distance.
Yep.
Not bad.
Okay.
25.
I'd say on a typical day, I would count that as already being made, but this is anything but a typical day.
Paul, short and getting away from him a bit. That'll be just outside the circle, I would guess. You didn't sound happy.
Asking for heavy bite. And
50 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less.
Yeah, a little bit closer than that. Yes, sir.
Oh, easy money. Wow.
Yeah. You can see what these players can do when the rain stops raining. That's what we've seen from him for the last 2 years, just dead center strikes on the pole.
And that face just said, it's over.
Yeah.
It's time to go home.
That is a thank God it's over face.
Wow.
Bell with this strike from outside the circle and a little hat nod. And we really haven't been checking out scores too much, but look at that. Matt Bell's name at the top of the card.
Yeah.
And McBeth from just outside the circle.
Wow.
Okay, well, they haven't forgot how to play. That's
They're
for
back.
sure. They're back. There's just no more golf to be played today.
Yep. Come on, Rick.
And Rick
What
for the
a star frame.
There
Wow.
you go. The only star frame of the day for the card.
Nice. This is a good hole to do it on.
Yeah. Yep. Might need that one tomorrow. Okay. Second easiest hole in the day. Not surprised to see these guys pick it up. But man, what a day. What a round. Conditions. I think they're going to get a little bit better for the last round, which is going to be played on the De La Viega golf course.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be tricky, folks.
Heard a lot of thunder this morning. We'll see how it goes out there on the Big Bomber course. And look who snuck into the lead. Garrett Gerthy. He's probably feeling pretty good going out there to the golf course where he can really throw some huge shots. Simon as well. It's going to be a battle right to the finish. Super tight scores. Thank you to all our supporters, Innova, PDGA, Patreons. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will have round 3 coverage for you ASAP. See who wins this thing.